Hello, Keto family, welcome back. Are you tired of the standard bacon and eggs keto breakfast? My family was too. So I hit the jackpot when I found this recipe for low carb biscuits and gravy. If this is your first time with us, don't forget, hit the subscribe button below and the bell icon so you don't miss upcoming videos. Let's get started, guys. Alright, lovely. So before we get started, as a reminder, everything I'm using today will be listed down in the description below. And then at the end of the video will be a nutritional information card so you have a breakdown of what to expect when you eat this biscuits and gravy. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's get started. So we're first going to start off with a pound of breakfast sausage. Any brand you prefer, just make sure that when you get your sausage, read the label on the back. A lot of them have added sugars to them. Just try and find one that doesn't have that. I've already got a pan heated up here on medium heat. We're going to go and stick the sausage in and start browning it up. Alright, now that that is browned, we're going to continue on. I'm going to add a cup. I have organic chicken bone broth here. I'm able to find the Pacific Foods in my local grocery store here because a lot of the bone broths, when I read the back, they have added sugars to them and I really don't like that. When you look at this one, it's got organic ingredients. It's very clean and it tastes delicious. That was a cup of heavy whipping cream. Alright, I'm going to stir that in very carefully. Don't want to slop it up. Now that I got those combined, I'm going to add the next ingredient. And here I've got a half a teaspoon of xanthan gum. You want to sprinkle it all over. And I have heard that you can use guar gum instead of xanthan gum if that's easier for you to find. I'm going to stir that xanthan gum in as well. Alright, that has started to simmer, so I'm going to go ahead and move it to the side and we'll start making the next part, the biscuits. Alright, so I have a confession to make. Technically, we're not making biscuits today, we're making chaffles, but bear with me because these work so good with the gravy because the little holes in them, they just hold the gravy and it just gives you that wonderful mouthful of flavor. Bear with me and watch, this is absolutely amazing. So I've already got my waffle pan heated up here. Before you put anything on your waffle pan, though, make sure you spray it with some sort of cooking spray because these do have a tendency to stick. I just use a little bit of avocado oil cooking spray for that. To start the mixture, I got 2 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese here. Into that, I'm going to add 4 eggs I've already beaten. Now this recipe turns out to make 8 chaffles because with the gravy, I've found that you have enough gravy there to adequately cover 8 chaffles. If you want to have 2 chaffles for 4 people each, it's perfect, but if you're only 2 people, you can always cut this in half. I found that this is the perfect amount of chaffle mix to make the gravy work. So that being said, cut it in half as you desire. Alright, so the 4 eggs already beaten went in. Next I'm going to add 4 teaspoons of coconut flour. I've already sifted it. And as always, make sure you sift your powders and your flours. And I got 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And to that, I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of pink Himalayan sea salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of no salt. If you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know I'm a big fan of the no salt because of high potassium content. Now we're going to give all this a good stir. So I got the batter ready to go. And before I put it on my waffle maker though, I want to put a little bit of shredded cheese. I got some fine shredded mozzarella cheese here. Down first, it helps give it a really nice crunch to it. Alright, we're going to add the batter. I went ahead and I kind of divided it up in the bowl so I kind of know how much would be even. I usually end up with some extra squeezing out the sides, but I try not to waste any. We're going to close this and let them cook. And we'll let those cook. It takes usually about 4 minutes. You'll know they're done when you won't see as much steam coming out the side. And I'm sorry if you can hear some kids playing outside. It's such a gorgeous day today that we opened up the windows to get some of that nice breeze flowing through the house. So if you hear the noise, I'm sorry, but the kids are excited about the nice weather too, so they're all out playing in the neighborhood. Alright, let that cook. I'll be right back with you. Meanwhile, don't forget about your gravy that's simmering on low. Make sure you stir it every now and then. Alright, it's been 4 minutes and the steam was just barely coming out anymore, so I popped it open and it looked beautiful. I did get a little bit of excess. I extruded out the sides. I just popped it off with a butter knife. Because it tends to be a little more undercooked going out the sides, and no one wants to eat globby batter. In this particular waffle maker, it keeps them all together. So I just pop them on the plate. Once it cools a little bit, I just cut them apart with a butter knife. Alright, now for the second batch. A little bit of cheese sprinkled on. Alright, and then our batter. Alright, we'll close it up, give these another 4 minutes and let them cook. And through the magic of editing, it's been 4 minutes. Let's check on these guys. Nice, slightly overdone, but that's not a problem. These still are going to taste absolutely wonderful. Alright. Don't burn yourself taking these out. There we go. Alright, and those are all ready to go. We're going to finish up the gravy here in a second. Now, as a note, if you did want real biscuits, I've got a really good cheddar biscuit recipe that this would also work really wonderful with. But, I mean, come on, who has been keto and not eaten Chaffles? And the way these little pockets hold the gravy, just perfect. Alright, let me set this aside. We're going to finish the gravy up. Alright, so the gravy has thickened up a good bit in the last 10 minutes while we were making our Chaffle biscuits. But still not quite where I want it. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to add 1 ounce of cream cheese to it. Let's see, I just like to cut up into smaller pieces just so it'll melt more readily. Alright, stir those in so they can start melting up. And I did turn the heat back up to medium to melt this cream cheese. It only takes a second, not long at all. Alright, and while that cheese is melting, I'm going to go ahead and add in a little bit of seasonings. I've got 1/8 of a teaspoon of pink Himalayan sea salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon of no salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of Mrs. Dash garlic and herb. This is kind of a salt and pepper to taste kind of thing. If you want more or less salt, you can adjust that. And then we'll put some pepper in it. It wouldn't be a good southern gravy without a little bit of pepper, right? Alright, and stir all that together. If you want to add a little more spice to yours, you can always put like some red pepper flakes or something like that in it. My daughter begged me not to when I suggested it, so in consideration of her, we're not adding it to our gravy. We're just going to stir that in and wait for that cheese to melt. So the gravy has finished. That cheese melted beautifully. The flavor is on point. Make sure you taste test it. Adjust the salt and pepper or whatnot as you see fit, but that is absolutely perfect in my books. Alright guys and gals, I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget, leave me a thumbs up down below. And remember, you can share this recipe with anybody that you know can use a great low carb biscuits and gravy recipe. Until next time guys, bye!